Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your amazing response, your best wishes, and awesome following all through these days. Today we are going to discuss a very useful concept. You all know technology is all about revolution. We have seen computers, we have seen the evolution of computers, we have seen the age old von Neumann machine, which was like a whole room. Now we are carrying the laptop in our hand. We have mobile phone in our hand, which is a mini PC. So we are having lots of revolution in technology. So today we are going to discuss about a revolutionary concept in technology that is all about quantum computing. You, I know you guys are all very much enthusiastic to know about this science fiction. You may be thinking it as a science fiction, but there are so many youngsters like you working in this field, and they have proven themselves a lot. Now we have very young talented guest who is doing lots of great work in this area. She is none other than Kiran. So I welcome you, Kiran, to this podcast. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation and giving your valuable time for us. She's doing a lots of work. I have seen her profile. She's an intern in this area. She is a YouTuber. She is doing excellent videos. Apart from her regular studies, she is doing her UG in IIT Madras, a reputed institution. So she is multi-talented. One thing I want to tell you: you need not be a PhD in this area. That is what I want to prove from this podcast. You may be a very young person to start your career in this area, which already Kiran has done, and you can create a path in your own way in this emerging technology. So that is what we want to motivate you all, guys, because you all have already entered into artificial intelligence. You have wide interest in cybersecurity. You have good interest in data science, but I see most of the youngsters are missing this quantum computing path. But if you choose this, definitely you are going to revolutionize this world with your own talent. That is what we are going to discuss. So thank you, Kiran. Over to you. It's all in your hand now. Thank you so much. So can you please introduce yourself to my audience, Kiran?
So thank you so much for inviting me and for having me on your podcast. I will introduce myself. I'm Kaur. I also go by Natashia on my YouTube channel and social media platforms. I'm a third year undergraduate student at IIT Madras. I'm studying data science and AI, and I am also a quantum tech YouTuber. So I create educational quantum tech videos on YouTube as well as Instagram, Twitter, and Medium. I write blogs on Medium as well. Apart from that, I'm also right now interning at QNO Labs, which is one of the best quantum startups and NQM National Quantum Mission backed startups. So working in the area of quantum communication over there. Um, yeah, apart from that, yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, most welcome, Kiran. So I just wanted to know, how did you get motivated toward this field? Because I see so many youngsters are in the direction of AI, data science, and other key areas which are presently in the mainstream. But you have chosen a different path which is totally research oriented, and it's still in the innovation stage. So how did you get attracted toward this field, Kiran? Can you please let us know?
Sure, sir. So actually, initially, as a kid, I was very interested in physics and astrophysics and watching all the different television programs that spoke about the universe and cosmology. So from there, they would cover also certain topics in quantum mechanics, and then I had an interest in quantum mechanics due to that. But I knew somewhere in 11th and 12th that I was going to go down the computer science route in my higher studies. So one day I had come across, just after finishing school, I had come across this video on YouTube by Anastasia Martinkova, who's also a well-known quantum entrepreneur, and she has also been involved in quantum research. So her YouTube video on quantum computing, and she was talking about Qiskit and Cirq and different projects you can make. So from there, I got to know that quantum computing was also a field, because I didn't know there was an intersection between quantum mechanics and computer science, which is quantum computing. And it's an interdisciplinary field, so you can work in physics, in the math part of it, the hardware part of it, the software part of it. So getting to know all of that, and that we already have quantum computers at that stage, that was back in 2020, I think, yeah, in 2020. So Google had just made their Sycamore Google quantum chip at that time. So knowing that people are working on quantum computers, that was another big thing for me. So from there, my interest really began, and then I got to know about the applications of quantum computing and machine learning, and in cryptography and simulation and everything apart from that. So I had already known that maybe I would go down the AI path, because that time the AI and data science trend was going on. But once I got to know about quantum computing as a field, then that was what drove me towards that over getting into classical machine learning. So I first chose to go down quantum computing, and then, yeah, I took a degree in data science and machine learning. So doing both as well.
That's good to know. Kevin, can you please let us know what exactly is quantum computing? Because many people have many interpretations about it. So, can you please let us know what exactly is quantum computing and how it is different from classical computing?
Sure, sir. So, classical computing uses bits, which I'm sure everybody knows, zeros and ones, to compute data. Everything that the computer follows is based on bits. So that is the lower level language, and then on top of that we have intermediate assembly level language, and then on top of that we have higher level languages, which are like Python, where the script is more like regular English, right? So the chips that work in the computers, they understand bits, just zeros and ones. But when it comes to quantum computing and quantum computers, we have quantum bits, which we have now abbreviated and made it into qubits. So they use properties of quantum mechanics in the way they function, like entanglement and superposition. So those properties make them different from classical bits, where a single qubit can be either in the zero state, in the one state, or a superposition of both, which is they're in this probability bubble of being neither being a zero nor being a one, they're being both at the same time. But once you measure that qubit, it can be either one or zero. So we say that it's in a superposition state at that point. So this is the fundamental property that is making a qubit different from a classical bit. And so quantum computers work on this principle.
So, how do you think this quantum computing can be a game changer in the fields of, especially cybersecurity? We are hearing a lot that this is just a kind of discussion going on that cybersecurity will end when quantum computing will come into picture. So there is a discussion going on. So how you think this is going to be a game changer in the fields of cybersecurity and drug discovery, and how it is going to accelerate artificial intelligence? Can you please let us?
Sure, sir. So the current cryptography and cybersecurity protocols that we're having, systems that we're having, like RSA, encryption, and all of that, they might fail due to once we reach quantum advantage. So shows algorithm already exists, which shows the proof of breaking encryption, RSA encryption. But we don't have a strong enough quantum computer to right now reach that point where we can break through the RSA encryption. But once we do reach that point and we have enough qubits in the quantum computer, then we will come to that situation, like a doomsday situation, where um, everything will be up for whoever finds the quantum advantage. So all our privacy, everything will be in their hands. So that's why people in the government organizations, research universities, everybody is trying to implement post-quantum cryptography setups in their systems to protect themselves in advance from such attacks. So that is one important thing in cybersecurity. So that is a huge potential over there. Apart from that, drug discovery you had mentioned. So drug discovery right now is a little difficult for classical computers to simulate the different chemical combinations for making drugs because there are so many different ways that you can attach atoms and get, and you have to see if they are stable, what reactions they have. So for all of that, quantum computers will using the superposition property and the entanglement and all the quantum properties, we'll be able to um, speed up this process, this computational process. And what would take a classical computer maybe a lot of years, millions of years to compute, a quantum computer will be able to solve that in few minutes, few days.
Yeah. So coming from that question part of discussion, I just saw your profile, Kiran. I was seeing you have gone through internship. So I see lot of doubts in the mind of youngsters, especially those who are in second year, third year, where to do internship and what we have to choose as a internship work. So can you please guide them, because you already did lots of work in this particular aspect. That too, you have chosen quantum computing during the time of internship. So can you please let us know your journey, how it was?
Sure, sir. I'd say students can, there are a lot of quantum startups right now in India, all over the world, a lot of NGOs, different organizations, research universities, obviously, who are researching in the field because they are now waking up to the possibility of how it's going to impact cybersecurity. Um, so you can definitely apply to different universities. You can reach out and call mail professors. That is one way you can do research internships. You can apply to these quantum startups. Especially now there are 8 NQM back startups. You can definitely apply there. Some of them are very new, just started last year. Some of them are older, like QN, which are like 5, 6 years old. So they're already established and they have a lot of projects going on. So that's another good thing, that the potential to grow is a lot in these startups, and you get to learn about this emerging new field hands-on, um, while it is in its nascent stage, which is really interesting. And so you'll be known as one of the first people to get involved in this field. So that's a cool thing about that. So yeah, startups, different organizations like Q World is another organization that has their internship, which comes once a year. So you can apply over there. There is Quantum Open Source Foundation, which is another organization. They also have, I think, 2 times a year, but I think this year they're going to only have 1 year, 1 time a year. So that's another good organization to apply for. Apart from that, even I think right now, big tech companies like Google and Amazon and Microsoft, they have some international opportunities. I'm not very sure of it in India, but IBM definitely has opportunities. I think around September they open, so you can do internships with IBM as well. Yeah, so you can do corporate internships and research internships. Some organizations also have education internships if you want to go into the education side, make build the curriculum and courses and all of that. So those also are good opportunities. Yeah, abroad, but yeah.
So, Kiran, do you think quantum computers are able to solve the real world problems which are existing now? Like we have seen the pandemic, uh, just we have come out of that. It was in the year of 2021 and all. So, generally, I'm asking, like, is quantum computing already in the ground field, like solving some kind of real world problems? So how it will help in solving the real world problems, and is it really solving the real world problems as of now? What is your perception?
As of now, we're still in the NISQ era, which is the noise intermediate scale era of quantum computers. So there is a lot of noise affecting qubits, and only increasing the scale of the number of qubits that we're going to have in the chip is going to make us be able to compute and work on real world problems and have real impact. So that's where the term quantum advantage comes, where we haven't yet reached quantum advantage. But once we do reach quantum advantage, then there will definitely be real world impact in drug discovery, cybersecurity, machine learning, finance, optimization, all of that. But right now we're in that, still in the nascent research phase, trying to get our different types of quantum computers as well. So each technology has their own problems, from conducting qubits to photonics to trapped ions. So each different type of quantum computer has its own challenges, and each organization has their different type of quantum computer. So we're still in the research, theory, implementation, coding stage, also hardware research, all of that stage. If there's no hardware, there's no point, right? So there are a lot of problems right now, and we need a lot of talented people to get involved to fix these problems for us to reach quantum advantage uh, faster, for us to then have real world impact on these like healthcare scenarios. We can solve a lot of diseases like in a few days if we have a fully functional quantum computer that has reached quantum advantage. And IBM has announced that they are going to reach quantum advantage in 2 years. Quantum advantage or quantum supremacy, I don't know. I don't really remember what they had put out. But recently they had also released their roadmap for the next, I think, 10 years till 2035. They've given a rough estimate, and in 2029 they've given some more clear estimates as well. So, and also depending on who you talk to in the industry, the definition of quantum supremacy and quantum advantage is different for different people. But yeah, depending on how many qubits we are able to fit into a chip, the more bigger problems we can solve. So definitely, that's a possibility in the near future. Some people say 2 years, some people say 30 years. So somewhere in the middle, maybe you can keep 10 years.
So here I got a point. Like, are we going to achieve this large scale computing that we are expecting from quantum computing? Is it reality or a myth? So, what do you think about that?
It's definitely a reality because there's a lot of theory, a lot of work that's being done. We have a shortage of people getting involved. So the more number of people we have, the faster we can achieve it. That's the only problem right now. And different technologies have different types of problems. But now you've seen this year there's a lot of news being made from Amazon's chip to Xenado's chip to PsiQuantum's chip to Google's chip, which came last year. So every year there's been like a increase and more hype and more importance given to quantum computing. And then the national quantum mission also, the government is funding a lot of startups, as well as on the research side, as well as for undergraduate students to take up minor in quantum computing. So there's a lot of schemes being made, and so that's definitely a reality, going to be a reality soon. But how soon depends on how many people join and fix these nascent level problems. Because even AI was like started in the 1950s, I think. But only now in 2023, after ChatGPT and other tools have come out, then the buzz of AI has really come out. So maybe from 2020 it was increasing, and then 2023 it really picked up. So we're still in the nascent stage of quantum computing if you compare it with AI. But since it's like an exponential growth right now, the period, so we're definitely going to reach real life, real world problem advantage soon, for sure.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know, like, for example, a third year student or final year student, for example, in the third year, they have mini projects in some of the universities, some of the colleges. In the final year, obviously, they have to submit their final year project as a part of their curriculum. So here, Kiran, I wanted to know if they want to enter into this quantum computing field and they do their mini projects or main projects in this area. So you are the youngster and you are also in that same line. So can you please tell them like how they can choose the problem statements, how they can work? Is there any special software they have to acquire? Is there any open source content that they can refer to?
Hmm. You can get started by first having a good understanding of Python, good understanding of, you can take any classical field, and then there is definitely scope of making it quantum. That same project, make it quantum. So like AI is classical AI as well as quantum AI, but you have to know the foundations of classical AI to be able to work in quantum AI. So some students have come up to me. They are so excited and eager to learn about quantum computing, and they come up to me and they want to just focus on quantum computing, but they're not very well versed with AI or any other subject. But quantum computing is applied in these subjects. So to have a good classical understanding of AI, cybersecurity, simulations, any field is also crucial to get to do some actual real world problem solving with quantum computing. There are also hybrid projects that you can make, have a quantum framework, a classical framework, and then have a hybrid framework. You can then compare the three and then tell what the different outcomes were, which perform better. There are optimization problems, logistics problems, quantum finance. There are different applications. Even quantum machine learning can be applied in finance and become quantum finance. So there are a lot of mix of three, four fields can also give you another very unique project. You can take quantum machine learning with quantum optimization, quantum machine learning with quantum cryptography. So there's a lot of things that you can do, quantum blockchain, all of that. So knowing Python is essential because that's just the easiest. Apart from that, having a good understanding of your maths and statistics and probability, because quantum computing deals with all of that. The superposition also is related to the probability and statistics part of it. So knowing that is important. Apart from that, for coding, Qiskit is another Python framework. Qiskit for IBM is by IBM. There is AWS Bracket, there is Circ, there is PennyLane. PennyLane is crucial for quantum machine learning. So these are some important frameworks that you can see on YouTube. There are a lot of this Qiskit's own channel is there, which has a lot of tutorials, a lot of playlists where you can learn how to make your own project um, from Qiskit. So that is one great thing that they've done. From 2020, they've been giving these really good free resources on their website. Earlier, they had a Qiskit website, and now it's been joined with the IBM Quantum Learning website. So they have a lot of courses over there, a lot of documentation. You can go and see the old version, the syntax of the old version, the different methods that were there at that time. You can see the latest version. They keep updating it. Since last year, they've been updating so many versions, so the code keeps changing. So you have to be up to date for your program to work. Yeah, so Qiskit's YouTube channel is a great resource for any beginner. Apart from that, I've made a GitHub repository with all the links of different resources, from courses to books, everything. So anyone can check that out. And from the best books for beginners, everything is covered over there.
It's a great work you have done, Kiran. And definitely, I'm going to share that GitHub link in the YouTube description. So, as you rightly told, a lot many who want to enter into this field, definitely they will be referring it. That's a great work, Kiran. I appreciate you for that enthusiasm. It's really awesome. And Kiran, I just wanted to know, like we all know that IBM is doing lots of contribution in this area, so they are into this quantum computing and all. But what about the remaining tech giants like Google, Microsoft? What they are doing in this area, and what are their contributions? So, how do you look into that aspect?
Sure. Um, I think IBM has been like one of the first companies to give a lot of free resources for students and a lot of challenges, a lot of courses, all of that. Um, Google has been lacking in that earlier. Now they've started making a good documentation on their website and started to upload some videos on YouTube as well. Apart from that, there are good startups like D-Wave, and Amazon has their own chip now, and there's Sci Quantum. There are a lot of up and coming quantum startups abroad and in India that are working on some amazing projects in different technologies. So Microsoft is working in the topological side of quantum computing. So that's a completely different type of quantum computer. Um, um, IBM and Google are working on the superconducting qubit quantum computers. So that is another different segment. So they have each type of quantum computers having their own different challenges, and scaling those have different challenges in those different types of quantum computers. So right now, people are thinking that photonic quantum computers will be the most stable, most scalable right now, since photonic technology um, uh, has a lesser lesser prone to error from external factors. So scaling that it looks like a more promising pursuit, if I may say so, because for mitigating error in quantum computers, you need extra qubits to do that work, to remove errors. So that's why there's a whole job for that called quantum error correction. Um, and you have to have, depending on how the technology is, how prone to error they are, the lesser number of qubits you might require. So scaling the regular qubits will be more beneficial that way. Uh, yeah, so these companies are working on these fronts right now.
So here I want to know about your startup. So you have a vision for your startup. So those youngsters who really want to start their own business, and those who want to mold themselves as entrepreneurs. So can you please let them know what is the actual process? I know the government is encouraging a lot for startups, and how was your journey? How it should be for an youngster who wants to start their own business?
Actually,
So
so
what?
no, my startup is right now in a very nascent stage. I've just started to conceptualize it and work on it from this month because I have other projects also going on simultaneously. So I'm not fully into it right now till I maybe finish this term and have a little lesser load from my exams and internships and uh, content creation and all of that. But the vision for like within this year is to first make edtech, my edtech part of it ready with courses in quantum machine learning, quantum cryptography, quantum optimization, give students the skills that are required to get them into the field in either research or in software development fields in quantum computing. So to really empower them with skills that they can get the job on their own after taking these courses, and also have a hands-on experience so they get to code their own projects as well. I'll be having a section at the end after they finish the theory, and um, there'll be homework problems every week so they can code and all of that. There'll be also the theory covered like from the maths to the quantum mechanics, because that's also important. Once you like cross the beginner phase, you start having to get into the quantum mechanics and the maths to really do some impactful work, because it's everybody is trying to help out everyone in this field, and we're all trying to understand what quantum mechanics is, because it's very confusing otherwise. So all these jobs require you to, if you want to scale up and make some real world um, impact, that you get into maths and physics. So you have to have some interest in it for sure. It can get a little confusing afterwards once you go into the advanced stage. So that is one big requirement, that you're happy to work with math and physics. And sometimes, since it's still a very interdisciplinary field, you might also work with some, maybe some hardware, some theory, some research aspect. Even if that's not your role, you might dabble in that, and that's good if you want to be in an interdisciplinary field. So that would definitely interest you. Apart from that, so I'll be covering these skills, the educational courses for sure, and then maybe some career advice, some career courses also I'm trying to plan, because I talk to some recruiters here and there, and trying to build that side of the business as well. Apart from that, this is for this year, but following years, I'm trying to maybe from quantum computing branch into maybe some AI, some semiconductors, all these different technologies that are really useful for going to be really useful in the next few years, to get students really skilled in these aspects to really fill the job voids that are there in these fields right now, so that we can really progress and uh, a breakthrough in these fields. So more talent get into these fields. The more developed these fields get, and the faster we reach real world impact through these technologies. So the educational part will be explored this year and keep adding till next year. Apart from that, I'm also trying to think in the future, once I finish my undergrad course, to get into also maybe the software side of quantum computing, maybe make a software product. Then maybe in the future, once the hardware is kind of a lot of research has been done, maybe get into the hardware side and make my own quantum computer also. But not anytime soon. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to get into.
It's really awesome. And here I wanted to know. Obviously, there will be some geopolitical concerns. There will be some ethical concerns whenever a new concept gets introduced or is being used. Like we have ethical AI now. People are talking lots of about lots about ethical AI. So, in the same manner, do you think there will be some ethical concerns, geopolitical concerns about the quantum tech revolution in the future or as of now?
Definitely. So that is a very big concern because just imagine a scenario where one such great um, global giant country gets this quantum supremacy, quantum advantage in their hands, and then the whole world, all the countries that don't have that advantage, are at risk to being like a newly colonized world. So that is going to be that race is really important to be in one of the top contenders and to really protect uh, the entire country's security. Uh, because I told you that in the beginning, cybersecurity is a very big concern. So reaching quantum advantage will then any person as well, if it's just a single person also can do this because all the resources are available on the internet, and even though like research is still in its nascent stage, anyone can learn and anyone can research and do anything at this point with the internet and AI and everything, and books and resources available. So that is a big concern that anyone can hack into the entire uh, country's or the entire world's cybersecurity and the data breaches and all kinds of cybersecurity problems. So apart from the defense problems, because they also use encryption and cryptography and all that, that is going to be a very crucial um, uh, problem with all the different world wars, and almost like world wars happening at this point. So that is going to be a really crucial thing. Cryptography over there, communication, quantum communication, all of these things. So having post quantum cryptography right now, having those systems in place will protect us from those quantum cryptography breaches. Apart from that, that's why the government is also um, trying to have a lot of schemes in giving a push to the research side of quantum as well. Apart from the budding startups also that they have been fostering now, the 8 NPM startups, and they have also in 2023 they had announced that they're going to invest 6,000 crores for the next 8 years into quantum technology. So all of these schemes are pushing us into the right track for India, and obviously the world is US is already ahead of us, so we have to really catch up to be in the same, at least the same level as them, so we are protected from all of these different sectors that we can get attacked by.
Yeah. So, you already mentioned about the skills, the background a student should have. Now we are seeing some countries are telling that primary students should learn A from class 5. So they should develop the skills. So here for quantum computing, I know lots of students have fear about physics. So they have lots of concerns about learning physics. As of now, I don't know, but in my days, there were some students who were totally afraid of physics. So in this scenario, please let me know like how the students can mold themselves from the beginning of their career. Now all the students are very much career oriented from class 5, class 4, class 3. Even some parents are very much eager from first class itself. So taking those points into consideration, so how do you think the students can motivate themselves, because lots of people, lots of students are in the direction of AI. So how students who want to enter into this quantum computing field from the beginning of their career can mold themselves?
Sure, sir. Um, it would actually be beneficial to maybe take the science stream uh, from 11th standard itself. Once you go into the art stream, maybe you can't come back. But I've seen one lady from the Quantum Insider. Her story is really unique and inspiring. So you can hear it from her. I won't be able to do justice to her story, but she came from a different background and then she got into content writing, and then she's also been doing some technical work as well in the data analytics and quantum tech aspects as well. So never say never. You can't, maybe even if you take arts, you can definitely maybe join somewhere. But apart from that, definitely yeah, take the science route. Have a good foundation in math every year that you're studying. Uh, some people, depending on the teacher, they start hating the subject. So don't have that kind of correlation that if you have a bad teacher, the subject is also horrible. that would be very discouraging. I've had a lot of bad teachers as well, but thankfully I didn't get discouraged by them. So the internet is a great help to everybody right now. So if you have a bad teacher, you can just go to the internet and get your doubts cleared. So that's not a problem right now. So having a good foundation in science and math would be essential at every stage, and then to take the science stream in your 11th and 12th. And once you come to the um, college part of it, you can choose either to go into physics or to go into math or to go into computer science or any engineering field. All of these fields are beneficial to quantum technology right now. So, like if you want to get into hardware, you can go into quantum hardware. You can go and become an electrical engineer and then get into quantum hardware. You can also, if you're a computer science student, you can go into the software part. You can also go and mix and work in all of these different parts, research and different applications, like in the quantum machine learning side, quantum cryptography side, optimization side. So again, just like how I was mentioning earlier, to have a good base in math and physics, and then the classical skills as well in any subfield like cryptography, cybersecurity, machine learning. Um, Now there are a lot of courses on YouTube from like MIT has a lot of great courses on YouTube itself. So you can really build a strong foundation in your math and quantum mechanics from YouTube itself through MIT's courses, even computer science courses. Everything is available on MIT's YouTube channel. So that will be a great resource for any student. Apart from the schoolwork, if they want to go into some advanced level math, uh, internet is going to be the best.
Yeah, obviously, is the best resource for definitely. That's a very good point. So here I have one last question, Kiran. That is like, do you think this quantum computing is going to really revolutionize this world, or will it be going to be a complementary for this classical computing? So how it is going to be there in the coming days?
I think both statements will be true. It'll definitely revolutionize the world, and it'll also be complementary to classical computers, because we won't use our regular classical computers. We won't use quantum computers to do our regular classical computing work, because they have a whole new division of more greater important um, problems to fix, and they are very unstable, and there are a lot of problems with quantum computers already. So to really use those resources, and they're very expensive to make as well, quantum computers. So to use those resources in the right direction, in the right places for huge like drug discovery, to fix healthcare issues, to increase computational speed in different machine learning and AI domains. So all of those places is where quantum computing will definitely revolutionize those industries, and we will have our classical regular laptops doing our regular work. Just like right now, we're not using supercomputers individually. We all don't have a supercomputer at home to do our regular tasks, right? So we will still have our regular PCs and laptops and mobile phones, and quantum computers will do the heavy lifting of uh, huge real world problems solving.
So superb, Kiran. Thank you so much for your awesome insights. And you are
Thank
also at the same level of like as of now the youngsters are, and you have really done a great job, and you shared your all your experiences in this field. So definitely, this podcast which we have done will be a different one. We know that there are so many YouTube videos on this area, and there are so many podcasts, but whatever we have done in this particular episode is going to stand a different one as a different one, because we have touched the real requirements that everyone has, and definitely I'm very thankful to you for accepting my invitation and joining this podcast. Finally, what kind of message you want to give to all the youngsters who want to prove themselves in their career, especially in this area?
I'd like to tell them that there's a huge potential in quantum computing and to revolutionize the world. And there are a lot of job vacancies right now in quantum computing, and we need a lot of educated, talented people to get involved in quantum computing. So if even if you want to focus on some classical field like AI and cybersecurity, just make the effort of learning a little more skills and also maybe try your hand at making some computing project, quantum machine learning project, and then see if you're really interested in it. To also maybe do an internship and really get your hands dirty with it, and then make a choice to either stay in classical, or then you might get really interested to join the field as well. So there's huge potential, and there are a lot of startups coming. You can have your own startup as well. So I would highly urge them to join, because I had read some stat recently that for every three quantum computing jobs that are out there, there are only one talented person to do that job. So there's a lot of job vacancy. So definitely, and there are going to be more and more updates being made. Like this year is the International Year of Quantum, so there's been a lot
Yes,
of
yes.
updates this year. Apart from that, every year there's going to be more updates and more jobs being created. So definitely take advantage of that.
Yes, definitely all youngsters should take the advantage of this. So, on that very positive note, thank you so much, Kiran, for your awesome pointers. And I request all of you to take this podcast as a serious point, and every point that was told is a very good building path for your career, especially in this area. And if you really like this podcast, please do like, share, and comment. And thank you so much for your patience listening till the end. And thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.